Hello everybody, welcome back to the Inner Wild Voice Studio. This week's video, I want to talk about vocal placement. It's really important that you ace vocal placement. It helps with so many things, especially getting a louder sound, which so many of you come to me wanting to know how you get a bigger sound. Well, this is one that you can do and see pretty much instant results when it comes to having a bigger sound, a louder sound. So if you're struggling and you feel like your voice is a little bit weaker, there are definitely things that you can do to get a stronger voice, but this one is an instant fix. So a lot of my students, when they first come to me, they kind of talk back here, or they sing back here a little bit, or their sound is getting muffled because it's kind of just getting lost in the body and it's not being pushed forward. See the difference? You can just hear it when I'm talking, when I'm pushing my sound back, or when I'm pushing it forward. So what does that even mean? So we have a bone structure to our face, and when we place our sound through or in our bone structure or towards our bone structure, we are able to ping and ring off of that bone structure, creating acoustics. Kind of like a guitar would ring off of the wood. The strings create the resonance and they ping off of the wood, right? Horn players, brass instruments, they have that brassy sound, that ping from the metal. So we kind of have to also use our own bone structure as our own acoustical space, our own acoustic guitar space, our own brass instrument. Our whole body really is our instrument. And it's very important to keep your body healthy because of that. But most importantly, it's very, very important to learn to keep your placement forward. And that's not to say that you always have to sing from there, but what I like to say is that it should be your home base, that this is your most authentic sound when it's coming through easiest, and where you are able to create the most amount of sound with the least amount of effort. So even if I'm not using my vocal, even if I'm not using a lot of breath pressure, air pressure through the vocal cords to get a more sound, I can still get a lot of clarity from keeping my sound forward, even if I get lower, even if I drop to a very small whisper, even if you can barely hear me, or even if I get super loud. You know, it really helps no matter what. It keeps the clarity within the sound. It makes it brighter. It makes it easier to differentiate between the types of notes and the quality of the sound as well. So how do you get that optimum placement? Well, it's very, very easy. So first off, what you're gonna wanna do is play with the sound a little bit with an NG sound. And if you're one of my students, we do this all the time. So you'll be a little bit more, this will just be a refresher for you. But for my new students out there in YouTube land, try that NG sound. It's kind of like the ING in singing or playing or pretending or anything with an ing, right? So, and what you'll notice when you play with that sound, is that there is some type of vibration and resonance that is happening at the roof of the mouth and slightly in back of the nose. So not in the nose. In the nose would sound like this. It takes a little bit more pressure to put it through the nose. You feel like you're pushing more. But if it's just in back, you don't really have to use a lot of air pressure. And it's very easy to kind of resonate from that spot. So not in the nose, but right in back. And so play with that area. You can kind of play with the vibration. Bring it really forward and bring it really back. That's in the throat. So where I'm talking from right now is from my optimum placement, right here. It makes it easier for me to get more sound out. So if you have a day job where you are speaking a lot and you find that you're vocally exhausted during the day, this is a great little moment for you to do some vocal practice, even though you're not technically practicing. When you're with your customers, your clients, when whoever you're working with that you have trouble getting your sound across. I worked with a flight attendant one time, and I know how loud it is on planes, and so that was one thing that we worked on, is keeping our sound forward, because your voice can get very exhausted if you're always kind of pushing down on your vocal cords and you're not getting a lot of sound out of it because it's getting muffled in the body, right? So when it's forward, it's clear, it's brighter, it's louder, all at once. And so you can practice your vocal warm-ups like this. First, you can just stay on the NG. So we'll do a very basic, oops, my chair is stuck. We'll do a very basic warm-up. So just a pentatonic scale on the NG sound. And what you'll notice is that I'm also keeping my mouth open like I would be singing. So I'm kind of keeping it on an L vowel. I'm not going So you're letting the jaw drop so that you can kind of practice that, also that great breath technique as well. So you're not going right? We don't want to sing, we don't want to breathe through our nose. So keep the mouth open. So that's a quick way to practice and get in touch with your optimum placement. You can take this exercise and expand off of it for your vowels if there's certain vowels that you have trouble with. For me, it's always been my ahs. So we'll go back to that pentatonic scale and we're gonna go ah. And now my ah placement is perfect. I'm not going oh, where it's kind of in the throat and it's kind of really, it's not resonating anything. I probably won't get a lot of sound off of it unless I have a lot of breath capacity and pressure to really push that sound out there. For the most part, it's really cloudy of a sound. And there might be some moment maybe in a jazz song where I want to have that quality of sound. But for the most part, we don't. We want to learn where our home base is with our ahs or whatever vowel that you're working on. So again, we'll do it now with a different vowel. My oo is now perfectly placed. So this is how you can, if you're having, especially a certain part of the scale or a certain part of your voice, take it up if it's more in that mixed voice. Keeping it forward, keeping it forward. All right, guys, so I hope this video was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my channel here at Inner Wild Voice Studio. I will be posting more videos and more freebie lessons and quick tips on how to get the most out of your beautiful God-given voice. I'm so excited to work with you guys. If you would like to book a private lesson with me, the link will be down below in the description. And if there is anyone you'd love to share this, if you have any vocal friends that you guys like to nerd out on vocal videos, I'd love for you to share it with them. And don't forget to write some comments. Let me know how this technique worked for you, if you were able to get a brighter sound and a louder sound instantly. All right, guys, thanks again, and I will see you next time. Bye.